Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Prokeep 101. We're going to get started in just a moment here, but we are going to let folks settle in, get a cup of coffee, and get ready to go, and we'll get started in just about a minute. All righty, I think we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, thank you everyone for joining. My name is Mike Yedena, and I'm the customer marketing analyst here at Prokeep. I'm joined today by my friend and colleague Scott Magno, our training and education specialist here at Prokeep. A couple quick housekeeping items before we get into it. All attendee lines are muted upon joining, but we want to hear from y'all. Reminder that questions can be submitted through the Q&A button at the bottom of your Zoom window. So feel free to throw them in there. And those questions will be answered during the Q&A portion at the end of today's webinar. And a reminder that a recording of today's webinar is going to be shared in a follow-up email as well. All right, we'll go into our next slide here. All right, and I will hand it over to Scott. Scott, take it away.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for making time for the call today. Mike and I have enjoyed the ProKeep 101 webinars, and today will be no different. Appreciate everybody making time for the call. Let's talk about ProKeep, shall we? All right. So, ProKeep, without getting too far into the nuts and bolts of this, it says it right here, doesn't it? ProKeep is a two-way communication tool, providing seamless way to engage with and to sell with your customers. We are happy to say that the use of this very intuitive, very engaging, simple to use platform has allowed us the opportunity to help you with 6 billion plus orders. We are inside of over 6,000 branches across North America with over 11 million customer interactions. We love this because we know that the people that you speak with, that you do business with, they're the movers and the shakers. Over 1 million contractors are texting into your locations to ensure that the whole process could be streamlined. They can be on the move and really make it easy to have a great experience with you. And then for you and your team, the 40,000 plus daily users, you have the ability to connect with your customers and get time back in your day. So how does it work? How are you and your teams utilizing ProKeep these days? So we're going to share a couple of use cases. Some of these might be familiar to some of you, but for those of you who are just learning and brand new to it, these are some really, really great examples. Hey, would you mind sending me a picture of that water pump? I have no idea what you're talking about. Sure. Bill sends in a picture. This is going to help save time, prevent those errors. And this also makes you and your team have some more efficiency, better visibility. There's also a better customer experience as well. Also, using a picture to send specifics on maybe an opportunity for a sale. This is going to prevent errors again. And then, of course, if you see that they need this, this, or this, it might allow you to even select a better item, maybe an item with more margin. But having that visibility, again, will leave no doubt that what we've got to do is take care of the customer in this manner and go ahead and place the order. Try figuring this out via a phone call. Try figuring this out if there's a language barrier, a tough connection on your Wi-Fi, what have you. This is something that we see quite a bit. Technicians, driver operators always send pictures. This allows you to manipulate the picture. It allows you to further reduce the chances of any sort of errors. Again, this is efficient. If you're not the right person that needs to take care of this, you have it right here in ProKeep. So you can share this with anyone else. You can share this with the right individuals. And then, of course, my personal favorite is not waiting for your customers to text into Prokeep. I've got it pulled up. I've got a long list of customers like Cody Zegler and Reed Lennox that I need to know. Let me just send them a quick text message. Utilizing Prokeep proactively, meaning sending quick order updates instead of taking the time to send an email, taking the time to use the phone and tie it up for that instance or your personal cell phone, goodness forbid. But being able to go into to Prokeep and utilize these templates, boom, order's ready, need anything else. This is going to take a fraction of the time. And keep in mind, this leaves a digital paper trail of all of those communications as well. So we can go back and say in 2 days, hey, what time did we let Reed know? Oh, look in Prokeep. I think it was 10:22 a.m. So these are some examples of some of the use cases. I hope that this resonates with a lot of you out there on this call. So the value that we bring, you'll notice here that we've talked about some of the results. We've talked about some of the ways that Prokeep will help your customers and also how it will help you be more efficient and productive. Being able to increase sales, provide a better customer experience, and give you back more time in your day to be more productive and provide visibility for everybody on your team is extremely important. You're easier to do business with if we can text you. If we can reach you via text message, if you can respond quickly, that's going to help you drive sales. It's also going to help you market monthly promotions. Whenever you text a customer in the Prokeep, you capture their information, right? That's one thing we need to do. So it's going to help you down the line when you look at creating lists for promotions for hot dogs in the park or in the parking lot and things like that. Improve customer experience. Of course, make it easier for your customers. Everybody is texting. Some of you are texting right now. So being able to send quotes via text, take pictures, confirm orders back there in the warehouse via text message. This is going to make it a better customer experience. It leaves no doubt. And it gives them a lot of confidence when it comes to where they want to do business. Well, I know that I can text ABC Supply. Why don't I just continue doing that? I don't even need to call. By text, I'm going to get Mike, I'm going to get Scott, I'm going to get Josh. You have a way to be convenient and available for your customers. And then, of course, all of these conversations are saved here in the cloud. They're organized by company, by customer. So it makes it real easy for you to go ahead and line it up, send confirmations quickly for pickup, deliveries, scheduling, confirming services, or things of that nature. So these are the three value pillars that we provide. I hope that you keep these in mind, not just for you as the leadership on this call, but also you in the trenches. This is what we want to do to ensure that you see Prokeep as a major value add and a great, simple platform in order to give you time back in your day. All right, so today we're going to walk through Prokeep in real time. We're going to show you how it works. We're going to show you how your use cases can be utilized and implemented into your everyday workflow. Also going to review some of the other essential features, meaning Prokeep as a database, Prokeep as a CRM, Prokeep as a quick response tool. We're going to talk about that as well. All right, keep it in mind because the fun is about to begin. Let's use Prokeep. Okay, Mike, you and I are at the counter. We're having a great day. Things are busy in the morning, but things are really manageable now. We've got a customer maybe that needs to call in. Maybe they like to come in, but when they have the option to text message, I've got Prokeep right here at the counter. I'm at my location of Prokeep Almighty Mighty Supply in Pensacola. I've got a customer who texts in. When they text in, it's going to come into this area here. This is the threads. We've got an unclaimed up for grabs area where your messages will originate. Once they're claimed, they move over to the open or active area. And then once we've closed and completed the conversation, we can review them here. So we're waiting for a customer to text in. Maybe we're going to use Prokeep here in a minute. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and multitask and go about my day. I've got my computer set up right here. I will be notified as soon as a text message comes in. Hey, there it is. I heard the bell chime. Let's go ahead and look at Prokeep. There it is. So you're going to get that visual notification. You're going to hear the audible notification. If you're navigating through your Prokeep 101, you keep using Prokeep Deck, you will get a pop-up notification here on the lower right-hand side. Either way, I see that there's a message in here. Let's click on this. I don't know that person yet, but we can click on this and we can get a preview of this message before we claim it. From here, you can decide if you have number one, the time to take care of this customer, or you can determine if this is spam. Is this going to be like some sort of, out of the blue? Hey, let's talk about your car's extended warranty. Let's refinance your home. What mosquito service are you using? Right? If it is, you can hit block. You don't have to claim it. You don't need to ignore it. Go ahead and block. That's going to cancel it from reoccurring in your database. In this case, it looks like this person needs price and warranty information. If they send in a picture of an item, you'll also notice here that an automated message without even you having to do anything is sent to your customer, giving them that confidence that the wheels are in motion. Now, when I want to engage with this customer, I want to go ahead and hit claim thread. This is going to take that message from here and move it into the open or active area here. The good thing about that is even though um, uh, even though it's over here and I've claimed this in this area, right? Let me go ahead and just give this back to me real quick. Sorry, I need to transfer it back to me. I don't know how that happened, but let's do that. There we go. All right, there we go. Rewind. So even though this message is open and active here, everyone on your team is going to have visibility of this message, okay? So that means that this customer didn't just text the Pensacola supply and just get me. They got David, they got myself, they got Mike, they also got Josh as well. All right, so that visibility is to everybody. But since I claim this, now any notifications that come back and forth are going to now only notify me since I have transferred ownership of this message to myself. All right, now the first thing that I want to do, I want to take care of this customer for sure. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to say, can I get your name and company account? This is really, really important that when you look in Prokeep and you look at your customers and look at all the messages, that you want to see a name, a company maybe, all of the information that you need right up here instead of a phone number and a question mark. We make it really convenient for you to get that information. You can use one of these little stock messages snippets to say, can I get your name? And once you get that, you can click the create contact reminder. This is going to open up this window right here to allow you to put all of the information that you need. Now, don't feel like you have to put everything in here right now, but we recommend putting as much information as you can, because the more information you put, especially if you're adding the company, the more of a history that you're going to have, not just with a customer, but also with the associated company. And after I hit save, instead of having a 404 number up here, I've got Juan set up and we are good to go. So looks like they asked for a price. Hey, Tim, what's going on? Yeah, I'll be right with you in just 1 second. I'm multitasking, right? I'm texting, except I'm not doing it from my phone. Customers don't think that I'm texting with my wife right now. They know that it's business as usual because I'm texting right here from my counter computer. All right, let's see. Price and warranty information, please. Let's look at the picture. I think I know exactly what this is. Okay, cool. Let's zoom in. Let's get that nuts and bolts. I need that number right there. 00799-886. I can even change the orientation of this if I need a better angle. All right, no, wait, there it is. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, 9988C. Good, got it there. I can annotate this if I want to. Yep, I've got the serial number right there. Annotating a picture is something that you can do if there's some confusion. If you need to further kind of distinguish what exactly you need in the picture, go ahead and annotate it. Once you do that, it sends it back to the customer and they can reply accordingly. Yep, that's the one. See, that's the one. Now, you may have noticed that right up here, I've got this request also in Spanish. This is something that I understand. Mike, you understand it, right? But maybe you don't. You don't want to limit the exchanges that you do with any customers by a language barrier. So what I like to do is utilize Google Chrome. I think Firefox and Edge have a similar feature, but I've installed the Google Chrome extension for Translate. This allows me to select any language that I select, highlight it, and then translate it right on the spot. So, of course, Juan needs to place another order, the same items, but shipped to the Detroit Department. Thank you very much. I just wanted to show that this is an option that you have if you utilize the other, not Prokeep branded, but things like Google Chrome, these types of tools and features are very, very helpful, but it makes it really easy to use it if you were texting from your computer, right? Right. So just wanted to demonstrate that there and kind of show that feature. I don't think we've ever showed that feature, Mike, have we? No, good idea to do that. All right, so we are good to go. Now, pricing, check. I'm gonna look on my computer over here. This is gonna be 4536.79 plus tax. Boom. And guess what? They needed warranty information as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my folder on my computer, and I'm simply gonna drag and drop the warranty information file directly into there and send that away. I am dragging and dropping a file. I can copy and paste a file. I can also utilize this right here, and I can attach a file by utilizing, I can't reach it with the thing here, but you also have the ability to attach files in the area of on the lower left-hand side. Can I click that? Yep, there we go. Yep, there we go. So yes, if I wanted to send a screenshot or if I wanted to send whichever file that I have, let's say my son's soccer profile pic, I can do so. Again, at your discretion. You know how your workflow is organized, right? You know how you've got everything on your computer there that you need to provide for your customers, whether it's going to be warranty information, exploded views. If you store all of your invoices and quotes in the same place, this is going to make it very easy for you to be extremely efficient in Prokeep right there from your counter. All right, so we are good to go there. Claim the thread again, sent the picture of my kiddo, and rinse and repeat. Now, if I need to add any other additional information to this open thread, it makes it real easy for me to add a new tag. I can print this off. Adding a tag is going to help me remember that this is actually David's customer. That way, when David comes in later on, I can say, hey, look at David's customer inside of Prokeep. Well, how do I do that? I tagged it, bro. Let's go and hit your David. Boom. That way you can search for David's customer right there. Let's go ahead and do the enchilada. And there it is. We can search for it. And that tag is going to allow anyone on your team to utilize that global search tool to pull up an item. Those tags, Juan Lane, AB Rhodes, the price that I quoted, 4567.73, all of these particular messages, texts are all searchable in Prokeep. Any notes that you put under Juan Lane's name is also searchable as well, coincidentally. All right, we are done with this request. Again, we've been very thorough. I've been able to also multitask, take care of Tim and Dave over there. Now, we want to make sure that we are ready to go again in Prokeep. Prokeep readiness means that I don't have anybody waiting in here in the unclaimed box. And I'm also cleared out of all of my relevant and completed conversations. So even though this one is complete and it might be under David's purview, I'm going to go ahead and close this out right now. Boom. So closing that thread is very, very important. This is going to allow that next conversation for that customer to start again in the unclaimed shared box, notifying everybody when they begin here. Leaving threads open could be problematic if you are hustling like you do. If you're multitasking, you've got to leave the counter. If you've got to move over here, there could be a problem if the customer replies. So making sure that you can close those threads and review them here is going to be really, really important to ensure that you are ready to go with Prokeep. It's also going to ensure that the reporting and the dashboards that your managers and leadership have are going to be accurate as well. All right, Mike, we're not done with Prokeep yet, are we? We like to use Prokeep proactively. I don't have to wait for customers to text in. I'm ready to go. But see, Mike's my manager, and he wants to make sure that I want to use Prokeep. So what they've done is they put in all of my relevant contacts. I put in my good customers, that customer that just texted in. I've put them into Prokeep into the database. Again, it's really, really important for you to have company names rather than phone numbers, right? It's also going to be easier if I want to communicate in Prokeep if I've got templates. Templates are available whenever you utilize Prokeep for any sort of outreach. Uh-oh, internet connection's unstable. Okay, Mike, let me know if there's any delay. But let's do this while our internet is kind of doing a little dive. Let's go ahead and utilize Prokeep proactively. What does that mean? That means that we're going to click on this top icon here to create an outgoing message. When we click on this, we have the option to create a thread. We have an option to create an internal message to one of my Prokeep users. In some cases, you have an option to create tasks or even to create a shared email. In this case, I'm going to create a text message thread to my customer Juan. Since I added the name in, all I have to do is look on my list and look at Juan's name. Now, we've got templates that we can use to let them know that the order is ready for pickup. And if you recall, I've got all of this information that I need right here. I'm going to provide some specials. Got the daily specials and I've got warranty information. So this allows me to send all of the information that they need to the customer. How long did that take me, Mike? Not long at all, right?
I was gonna say that was like less than 10 seconds, Scott. It was pretty quick.
Hey, I can do this all day. I can send a message to my other driver as well, Clam, let them know that the order is on the way as well. So this is one of the things that you can do, essentially, that will take no time at all. But it really is reliant. Being proactive is much easier for you on this call, for your managers, for everyone associated at your company to do if you are adding your contacts. Make it easy. If you are adding templates, you're creating templates for your team to utilize, then it makes using Prokeep proactively much easier. All right. So we're going to close that thread. But before I do, let me just go ahead and transfer this back to another individual, Ryan, because I know that they're going to be shipping it out. Yep. Transferring a message. That is something that you can do. Keep in mind that I'm using Prokeep right now, but everyone on my team has visibility. But if I want to put a message in front of a specific individual, I can utilize the transfer tool to do so. And then that way I can transfer this to another individual. So what does that mean? That means if you are the Prokeep champion, the one who's always answering the phones at the counter or at your office, you have the ability to quarterback these as well by utilizing the transfer. I know that some of you out there, some of you on this call, you want a way to be able to maybe delegate, right? To really easily do that in Prokeep. It's a really good way to ensure, number one, that you've got some collaboration, that you've got some team members, and you've got some help. We know it gets really busy there at the counter. So being able to have all of your information centralized in one place, whether it's going to be text messages that we're looking at here, or if it's going to be a shared email or a message that comes in from the website, we want to cover all the bases for you here at Prokeep. All right, this is good to go. Let's go ahead and get Prokeep ready again and close out these threads. All right, so I've got some customers in Prokeep. Maybe you've got more customers that you want to put into Prokeep. We need to check. I'm going to go into my contact list here, and this now turns Prokeep into my Rolodex. It turns it into my CRM. It turns it into my digital notepad. Because now, if I want to look at the history of my customers, I can look at my customer. There's one. If I want to look at AB Roads, I can look at the company, AB Roads. From here, we have the ability to look at all of the information on a company level of all of the contractors, all of the technicians, all of the installers, all of the architects, designers, what have you that are associated with this company. If Paul, John, Juan, Jim, Thomas all text into Prokeep, I have visibility from here to look at all of those communications from all of those individuals, since we properly identified and created all of these contacts associated under the company umbrella. Again, so extremely important when we want to talk about some of the other features that are available in Prokeep that we're going to cover on 102. This is going to allow you to maintain visibility, proper contact hygiene, and really fuel some of the other amazing features of Prokeep, like broadcast text messaging, promotions, and tasks. All right, I've said too much. But again, I want to ensure that you know how to utilize the contact list to view customers, to view companies, and also to add new customers. As a matter of fact, if I go into Prokeep and I need to check and see if there's another customer that's added, then all I have to do is search for a phone number. If the phone number comes up and there's a contact, boom, that's going to tell me. If I put in a phone number and there is not a contact that comes up, then that's going to tell me that I can add that customer. So now I can take that phone number, hit the plus sign, And I can put their name in here, put the phone number, and then add them into Prokeep now. So that's going to allow me to add them into Prokeep, put the associated information that I need, maybe there with ABC Supply. And again, this is going to allow me to create it on the spot. Let me update that number real quick. Boom. And then I can send them a welcome message. When you check this box, this is going to send a welcome message to this customer that says, "Hi, Gene Ferris, Prokeep United Supply, Pensacola has just enabled texting. You can now send text and pictures to this number. Try it out by responding to this message." This is something that you want to do 5 times a day if you want. If you should, yes, you should. But think about being on the phone. Think about the customers that are coming in. Think about a phone call that you take from a customer that's saying, "Yeah, I need to have this." You want to have this area pulled up as soon as you take a phone call, as soon as you have a customer that comes in, you know, um, as soon as you've got an email that comes in. Make sure that you're adding to your database. Adding customers into Prokeep, this is the 5th time I've said it, it's going to help you save time, because when you can reach them in Prokeep with this efficiency. It not just gives you a clear, efficient, streamlined method of communication, but again, we are creating a database that's going to fuel the plethora of features that Prokeep is going to offer you down the line that we're going to cover in 102 and beyond. All right. So we've added the customer there. There we go. And folks, that's it. That's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover the basics of Prokeep. We're going to cover this right here. We know what the inbox is all about. We can go and review messages, add customers as well. This is the essence of Prokeep 101. And keep in mind, this seems really, really simple. It is. It truly is. But it's going to be extremely powerful. And what we showed you today is really going to lead to, again, a lot of other features, a lot of other campaigns, a lot of other tasks. It's going to really be the tip of the iceberg that's going to allow you to utilize Prokeep as a major centralized powerhouse solution. All right. Keep in mind that it's easy as ABC. Using Prokeep successfully can help you, again, be more efficient. It's going to help you provide a better customer experience. It's also going to help you drive sales. Remembering the ABCs for success is going to make sure that you are engaged all the time. Now, always capture names for contact creation. Check. Doing so will allow you to be more proactive. Sending outbound messages in 20 seconds, 13 seconds is definitely a better option than crafting a clever email or leaving a voicemail. Don't forget, every single time that you utilize Prokeep creates a digital paper trail, a digital history that everyone on your team has the ability to go back and review. And then, of course, making sure that you are Prokeep ready. Claiming and closing threads in a timely manner is going to ensure that you don't have a cluttered Prokeep, that you are ready to go. Don't forget, templates are going to make it easier for you to be efficient and save. It's also going to ensure that you can maintain consistency with your language, right? If there is a language that your custom says, slogans, mottos, then these templates can easily be created here in Prokeep. It's going to help you save time and take the thinking out of it. Tags will help you be able to navigate your messages more effectively, whether it's identifying or customizing a specific communication, or adding the everyday VIN numbers or sales numbers, PO numbers, assist numbers, RO numbers, whether it's utilizing these or even the identifying the associates or outside salespeople connected to the request. Tags are going to be a really good way for you to collaborate and use that information to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks or you don't have any redundancies or duplicates. And then, of course, we have contact labels to help with the filtering process when it comes to creating lists down the line. And then Prokeep is not just a client-facing solution. Internal messaging, transferring messages will allow this to be a collaborative effort.
All
All
right.
right, to you, Mike.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. That was wonderful. Some great insights shared there. Let us get to the Q&A. We got a couple questions here. I think this one of my favorite areas of the application, referring to where can I edit templates? Scott, we were talking about how great of a time saver those templates are. It looks like if for this use case, if someone's looking to change it up, maybe make a slight tweak to some of those recurring templates that they go to, definitely a spot where we
Sure.
can show them where those are.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we've got some manager access here. I'm sorry, member access. So those of you at the counter, maybe those of you who are kind of just navigating in Prokeep, maybe accounts receivable there at the office, your access is going to be is going to be pretty straightforward when it comes to how you're going to utilize the ins and outs, claiming threads, creating contacts, etc. The ability to edit templates is going to be governed by your managers or administrators. So we're going to take a look at that access and permissions here in this Prokeep account, and we're going to go into our settings. From here, under the settings here for the managers, we have the ability under templates to create and edit um, the quick sends, the quick responses that are going to be available to your team. So as I log in here at my location, I can see that we've got 10th anniversary, we've got order shipped, we've got VIN number requests. We even have a template here to encourage you to opt in for broadcast text messaging. So this is going to be where your managers and leadership will be able to create templates. We'll be able to edit templates as well. And I want you to kind of keep in mind as we show you this, that we can even personalize these templates so they're not so robotic all the time. We can utilize tokens in here to auto-populate first last names, company names, even invoice numbers and templates and things like that. All right, once the templates are created here, they will be available for your team to utilize, whether you're sending a broadcast text message, you're sending an email, you're sending a text, you have the ability to access those templates here once they click on the templates. There it is, picture request. Let me know if that answers your questions.
Boom, easy as that. Love it, love it. I think I know we were doing a little bit of coming soon plugging for the ProKeep 102 webinar. I think we have someone
Mhm.
interested here asking where they can register for that. So happy to take that question. A subtle plug for our customer newsletter. We will be showcasing the registration page for that upcoming ProKeep 102 webinar series there, as well as the ProKeep website. So stay tuned for the ability to register for those sessions. We'll be rolling those out in the very near future. And Scott, excited for those going forward. I know we'll be kind of going a little beyond the 101 focus there, talking about the contact engagement and contact health and all that.
Yeah, it's really exciting, Mike, because we know that the 101 webinars have been a great success, been a really helpful tool. But as you remember, we love to see it. We do these webinars here, and there's been a need and a demand from you, our partners, to kind of dig a little bit deeper. Keep in mind, if there's a question that comes up at a 101 webinar and we can take care of you, of course, we definitely are going to do that. We want to do that. So we welcome those questions. But we understand that there's a need for a little bit more. So we are really, really excited to be able to provide that. I believe next month we're going to kick that off to talk a little bit more about contact hygiene and templates, and really being proactive, to the next level in the 102 area.
Love it. A lot to be excited about. And with that, we have come to the end of today's presentation. A little reminder here, as Scott is showing the slides, if you do need additional help, like we've covered a lot here, please feel free to reach out to our ProKeep customer support team. The information listed there. Please also take advantage of all the helpful resources that are here. Our ProKeep Knowledge Center, our ProKeep trainings and best practices videos, a slew of very helpful information, a lot of it facilitated by our awesome specialist here, Scott Magno, and along with the rest of our ProKeep team. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you to Scott for sharing all these awesome insights, and we will see you next time.